Hello dear student, welcome back to science session. Today here we are going to study respiratory system. Now the human respiratory system consists of a group of organs and tissues that help us to breathe. Lungs are the primary organs of the respiratory system which help in exchange of gases. Okay, here the diagram of respiratory system shows different parts involved in the exchange of gases. Okay, if you are observing from top side, the first part is nasal cavity, then pharynx, then larynx, then trachea, lungs, bronchi, bronchioles, alveoli. These are the parts of the respiratory system. Okay, the respiratory system in human has many important features such as the energy generated by breakdown of glucose molecules in all living cells of human body. In this process the oxygen is inhaled and is transported to various parts and are used in the process of burning food particles at cellular level in series of chemical reactions. Okay, so let us study the one by one the important functions of all these parts. So first one is the what? These are the parts. Again I am repeating: nasal cavity, pharynx, larynx, trachea, bronchi, lungs and alveoli. Okay, so first part is the what? Nose. The nose possesses a couple of exterior nostrils which are divided by framework of cartilaginous structure termed as septum. Now if you are observing the figure, here the nostrils diagram is shown. Okay, this is the structure that eventually separates the right nostrils from the left nostril. Okay, tiny hairs follicles that cover the interior lining of nostrils acts as the body's first line of defense against foreign pathogens. Okay, and they provided the additional humidity, okay, for the inhaled air. Okay, now next part is the what? Larynx. Now the larynx is what? The two cartilaginous cords lays the framework for the larynx. Okay, and it is also termed as a Adam's apple or the voice box. It is the portion which rises and falls during swallowing of food particles. It generates the sound as air passes through the hollow in the middle. Now, if you are observing, in larynx consists of supraglottis, vocal cord, then glottis, subglottis. Okay, these are the parts that comes under the larynx. If you are observing the figure, the two separate passages are there, that is a nasal cavity, oral cavity. Okay, and next part is what? Pharynx. What is the pharynx? The nasal chambers open up into wide hollow space that term as a pharynx. If you are observing in the diagram, okay, if you are observing, pharynx consists of nasopharynx, oropharynx and the hypopharynx. Okay, and where it open? It opens into wide hollow space. Okay, what is the function of pharynx? It prevents the entry of food particles into the windpipe. Okay, because we know that there are the two tracks are there. One is the windpipe where the entry for the air, and second passage is the what? For the food in the gastrointestinal tract. Okay, so here the one more part is there, that is the epiglottis. This epiglottis, okay, the epiglottis is an elastic cartilage We serve as a switch between the larynx and esophagus by allowing the passage of air into the airway to the lungs. Okay. Next part is the what? It is the trachea. What is the trachea? The trachea or the windpipe rises below the larynx and moves down to the neck. If you are observing the diagram, here it is shown below the larynx. Okay, these tracheal cartilages are there. Okay, and then it further splits into two parts. Here it is shown, that is the left bronchus and the right bronchus. Okay, the walls of trachea, these comprises C-shaped cartilaginous rings. If you are observing in the figure, yes, correct, C-shaped cartilaginous rings which gives the hardness to the trachea and maintain it by completely expanding. Okay, and this trachea extends further down into the breastbone and splits into two bronchi, each for one lung. Okay, the next part is the what? It is the bronchi. Okay, so I already told this trachea splits into two tubes termed as a bronchi which enter each lung individually. If you are observing here with the help of arrows, the bronchi are shown. Okay, the bronchi divide into secondary, tertiary and two bronchioles, which is again further divided into small air sacs that calls the alveoli. Okay, and these alveoli are the minute sacs of air having a very thin wall. Okay, and actually it enables the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide molecules into or away from the blood. That is the main function of alveoli. Okay, and next is the what? Lungs, which is the most important component of the respiratory systems. Okay, lungs are the chief centers of respiration in humans and other vertebrates. Okay, where is the location? They are located in the thoracic cavity of the chest near the backbone and on either side of the heart. And one most important thing is what? Compared to the left lung, the right lung is quite bigger and heavier. Okay, and actually the lungs are the what? These are the spongy organs. Okay, and mainly involved in the exchange of gases between the blood and the air. Okay, if you are observing, the diagram shows that is a left lung, right lung. Okay, then again I am showing here the from trachea, the trachea splits into two bronchi, that is a left and right bronchi. Then the alveoli are the shown in the bottom also. If you are observing the figure, the grapes like structure is shown. These are the what? Alveoli, where actually there is a exchange between the gases takes place. Okay, so next one is a what? Respiratory tract. Okay, from where the air enters into the body, that is first component is the nostrils and the last component is the lungs. Okay, so respiratory tract is what? First external nostrils, then nasal chamber, then pharynx, larynx, epiglottis, trachea, bronchi, bronchioles, alveoli and lux. So these are the different parts comes under the respiratory tract. So I hope all of you understood the structure and the functions of the different parts in the respiratory system. Okay, thank you.